All right, so today we're diving deep into AOD management,
AOD management.
automation, optimization, and development.
Yeah.
And I feel like, when a lot of folks hear that,
Uh-huh.
they immediately think robots, like,
Right.
assembly lines and stuff. But
Exactly.
way more than that.
It is.
It's really like taking the core principles of continuous improvement
Yeah.
and giving them a serious power boost,
Yes.
helping businesses not just keep up,
Uh-huh.
but actually like leap ahead.
Absolutely. It's about building a system where every aspect of your operations is constantly being fine-tuned and upgraded.
Right.
And, that's precisely what Haptic R&D Consulting specializes in,
Yeah.
bringing that AOD and continuous improvement expertise to businesses ready to take that leap.
Yeah. I'm excited to dig into some of the specific things that they do a bit later.
Okay.
But first, I think,
Sure.
let's just make sure we're all on the same page about what AOD management actually is.
Yeah.
Because, we keep saying AOD, AOD, but what does it really mean?
What is it? Yeah.
So I get that it's got these three parts, automation, optimization, development.
Yeah.
But how do they all fit together?
Right.
Is it like each one tackles a different problem?
It's more like they're three interconnected gears working in sync.
Okay.
So think of automation as identifying those repetitive tasks, the ones that are prone to human error,
Right.
and finding ways to make them faster, more accurate, and maybe even run on their own.
So not necessarily full-on robots, but maybe like
Right.
software that handles data entry or
Exactly.
a system that automatically routes customer inquiries?
Precisely.
Okay.
Things like that.
Gotcha.
And what's fascinating is that freeing up human brain power from those tasks then leads to more focus on that optimization piece.
Okay. So now instead of people just doing things the way they've always been done,
Right.
they can actually analyze workflows,
Yes.
find those bottlenecks, and really figure out how to get the most out of every process.
Yeah.
And I bet this is where data analytics comes in, right?
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
not just relying on gut feelings, but actually
Right.
measuring what's working and what's not.
You got it. And there are some really impressive stats out there that show just how powerful this can be.
Okay.
For example, did you know that companies using predictive analytics for inventory management see, on average, a 20% reduction in storage costs?
Why?
That's huge.
That's massive.
It's about shifting from guesswork to data-driven decisions.
Yeah, that's a total game changer.
It is.
Okay, so we talked about A&O,
Yeah.
but what about the D development?
Right.
Where does that fit into this whole
Well, this
system
fits.
of automation and optimization?
Imagine you've automated tasks, you've optimized your workflows, everything's humming along perfectly
Okay,
for now.
right.
But in the business world, standing still means falling behind.
Yeah, for sure.
Development is about keeping an eye on the horizon, embracing new technologies, and being ready to adapt so that your optimized system doesn't become obsolete.
So it's like future-proofing your business,
Exactly.
making sure that you're not just solving today's problems,
Right.
but you're also ready for whatever tomorrow throws at you.
Precisely. It's about fostering a mindset of continuous improvement, constantly seeking ways to innovate and stay ahead of the competition.
I like that.
And that's where companies like Haptic R&D Consulting are playing a crucial role,
Yeah.
helping businesses navigate these ever-changing waters and integrate cutting-edge solutions to keep them ahead of the curve.
This is all starting to make a lot of sense,
Good.
but I do feel like there's a piece that's missing here.
Okay.
We've talked about automation, optimization, development,
Yeah.
all very process-focused.
Right.
But where do people fit into this whole equation?
That's a great point. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. You can't just throw technology at a problem and expect it to magically solve everything.
Yeah.
AOD and continuous improvement are only as good as the people driving them.
Yep.
It's about creating a culture where employees feel empowered to contribute their ideas, where they feel ownership over the improvement process.
Yeah.
That's how you truly unlock the potential of AOD.
I've definitely seen that even in my own work.
Yeah.
We tried to implement a new project management system a while back,
Uh-huh.
and there was so much resistance from the team.
Really?
It wasn't until we actually involved everyone in designing the process
Yeah.
and making sure it fit our specific needs that it finally took off.
Right.
And the results were incredible.
That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
When people feel like they're part of the solution, they're far more likely to embrace change and contribute their best ideas.
Totally.
And that's something that Haptic R&D Consulting really emphasizes. They understand that AOD is about so much more than just technology.
Yeah.
It's about engaging your workforce, fostering a culture of innovation,
Yeah.
and making sure everyone is on board for the journey.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think before we jump ahead too much,
Okay.
let's just take a step back
Sure.
and make sure that everyone listening is crystal clear on the difference between AOD and continuous improvement,
Okay.
because they're obviously connected.
Right.
But are they the same thing?
That's a great question, and one that often causes confusion.
Yeah.
It's helpful to think of continuous improvement as the overarching philosophy,
Okay.
the commitment to constantly seeking ways to do things better.
Okay.
AOD, on the other hand, is a specific set of tools and methodologies for making that happen.
Gotcha.
It's the how-to continuous improvement's why.
I like that.
Yeah.
So continuous improvement is like the guiding principle.
Mm-hmm.
And then AOD provides the framework and the tools
Exactly.
to make it a reality.
Yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Good.
Now, I know we're going to dive deeper into like some real-world examples
Yeah.
and specific strategies a bit later.
Yeah.
But before we get there, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Are there any common misconceptions about AOD that we should address right off the bat?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I feel like
Yeah.
whenever there's like new approaches, there's always
Hang
some
on.
myths floating around.
One of the biggest misconceptions is that AOD is only for large corporations with massive budgets and dedicated tech teams.
Right.
The reality is that AOD principles can be applied at any scale, from a small startup to a global enterprise.
Well, yep.
It's all about identifying areas where you can streamline processes, eliminate waste, and work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it is that even small improvements can have a significant impact on your bottom line.
That's a really good point.
Yeah,
It's not about,
I know.
having to do this massive overhaul.
exactly.
It's about finding the right tools and strategies
Yes,
for your specific needs and goals.
absolutely.
And I think that's a perfect segue into our next section, where we'll explore how emerging technologies like AI are reshaping the AOD landscape and offering even more powerful tools for businesses of all sizes.
Let's dive in. Welcome back to our deep dive into AOD management and continuous improvement.
We've covered a lot of ground already,
We have.
from the core principles of AOD
Uh-huh.
to, how crucial it is to engage your workforce
Right.
and make sure that they feel like they're part of the process.
Absolutely.
Remember we talked about how AOD is all about looking ahead,
Yeah.
making sure your business is ready for the future.
Future-proofing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that future.
Okay.
What's on the horizon for AOD, and how can businesses prepare for what's coming next?
Well, one of the biggest game changers we're seeing is the rise of artificial intelligence and machine learning.
Okay.
These technologies are starting to have a massive impact on how businesses approach AOD.
AI and machine learning, I feel like those are the buzzwords of the century.
Yeah, they are.
But how are they actually impacting AOD in a practical way?
Yeah, they're not just buzzwords, they're fundamentally changing the game.
Okay.
Think about automation for a second. With traditional automation, you could automate like simple repetitive tasks.
Right.
Now with AI and machine learning,
Yeah.
we're talking about automating tasks that require complex decision-making,
Wow.
pattern recognition,
Okay.
and even predicting future outcomes.
So it's not just about like robots doing rote tasks anymore.
Right.
AI is bringing a whole new level of intelligence to automation.
Precisely. And this opens up a world of possibilities for optimizing and developing processes in ways we never thought possible before.
Okay, I'm starting to see the potential here.
Yeah.
But can you give me some concrete examples of how AI and machine learning are being applied in AOD right now?
Absolutely. Let's start with optimization.
Okay.
Imagine a major online retailer.
Uh-huh.
They have millions of customers browsing their website every day.
Right.
Using AI, they can analyze all that data.
Okay.
Customer browsing history,
Yeah.
purchase patterns, even things like what time of day people are most likely to buy certain products. And then they can use that information to personalize product recommendations,
Okay.
optimize pricing strategies, and even predict future demand with incredible accuracy.
That's incredible.
It's all about using data to make smarter, more informed choices.
Talk about taking the guesswork out of business decisions.
Exactly. And it's not just limited to retailables. AI is being used in all sorts of industries, from manufacturing to healthcare to finance.
Wow.
For example, in manufacturing,
Yeah.
AI-powered systems can monitor equipment in real time,
Okay.
predict when maintenance is needed, and even adjust production schedules to optimize efficiency and minimize downtime.
So AI is not just a tool for improvement.
Right.
It's actually like a catalyst for innovation.
Exactly. It's allowing businesses to create entirely new product services and even business models that wouldn't have been possible before.
This is all incredibly exciting.
It is.
But I have to ask, are there any potential downsides or challenges associated with this rise of AI in AOD?
Of course, with any new technology, there are always things to consider. One concern that comes up a lot is the potential impact on jobs.
Yeah, I can see that.
As AI becomes more sophisticated, some jobs that have traditionally been done by humans may become automated.
Right.
It's important to acknowledge that
Yeah.
and to have open conversations about how we can navigate these changes.
That's a very valid concern.
Hmm.
What can businesses do to address this challenge and make sure that their workforce is prepared for this AI-driven future?
It all comes down to investing in your people.
Okay.
Businesses need to focus on upskilling and reskilling their workforce, providing them with the training and education they need to adapt to the changing demands of the workplace.
So instead of thinking of AI as replacing humans,
Right.
we need to think about it as augmenting and enhancing human capabilities.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance between human ingenuity and technological advancement.
So it's not human versus machine, it's human with machine.
Precisely. And that brings us to another crucial aspect of AOD's future, the increasing focus on the human element.
Okay.
While technology is evolving rapidly, we can't forget that AOD is ultimately about people.
Right.
It's about creating a culture of collaboration, empowerment, and continuous learning.
We talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
About how important it is to engage your workforce and make sure they feel like they're part of the process.
Right. And this is only going to become more important as AI becomes more integrated into our workplaces.
Okay.
Businesses need to create environments where employees feel safe to experiment, to learn new skills, and to contribute their unique perspectives.
So it's not just about implementing new technologies. It's about creating a culture that embraces those technologies and empowers people to use them effectively.
Exactly. And that's where companies like HAPTIC R&D Consulting are really shining.
Yeah.
They're not just focused on the technical aspects of AOD. They're also experts in organizational development, change management, and all the human elements that go into successful AOD implementation.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does.
AOD is not just about the tools. It's about the people who use those tools.
Exactly.
Now, apart from AI, what other trends are shaping the future of AOD?
Another major trend is the increasing emphasis on sustainability.
Okay, sustainability.
Businesses are recognizing that AOD can be a powerful tool for reducing their environmental impact.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have immediately connected AOD with sustainability.
Yeah.
How does that work in practice?
Well, think about optimization.
Yeah.
By optimizing processes, you can reduce waste,
Okay.
conserve energy, and minimize your use of resources.
Right.
For example, a manufacturing company might use AOD to optimize its production line, to minimize material waste and reduce energy consumption.
So AOD can be a win-win for both businesses and the environment.
Absolutely, by embracing sustainability as a core principle of their AOD initiatives.
Yeah.
Businesses can not only improve their bottom line, but also contribute to a more sustainable future.
That's a powerful message.
It is.
Now, I'm curious to hear from HAPTIC R&D Consulting on this.
Okay.
What are some of their expert predictions and forward-thinking strategies when it comes to the future of AOD?
HAPTIC R&D Consulting believes that the future of AOD is all about finding that sweet spot where cutting-edge technology meets human-centered design.
Okay.
They're constantly exploring new ways to leverage AI, machine learning, and other emerging technologies to create AOD solutions that are not only effective, but also sustainable, ethical, and empowering for employees.
I like that.
They're committed to helping businesses create a future where AOD drives both profitability and positive social impact.
That's an inspiring vision.
It is.
And I think it's a great reminder that technology should be used to enhance our lives and our world, not just to boost profits.
Exactly. AOD has the potential to create a better future for everyone, and HAPTIC R&D Consulting is at the forefront of that movement.
Absolutely. This has been an incredibly insightful conversation about the future of AOD. We've covered so much ground, from the transformative power of AI to the increasing importance of sustainability and the human element.
A lot of great.
And we've only just scratched the surface.
There's so much more to explore.
Well, luckily we have one more part to this deep dive,
We do.
where we'll kind of shift gears and get practical.
Okay.
We'll delve into some actionable strategies that businesses can implement to make AOD a reality in their own organizations.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned, folks. We'll be back with more insights and guidance on your AOD journey.
We'll see you soon for another fascinating exploration into the world of innovation and transformation.
All right, so we're back for the final part of our AOD deep dive.
Yes, we are.
And, so far we've covered a lot of theoretical ground.
We have.
But now it's time to get down to, like, brass tacks.
Right.
What are some actionable strategies that businesses can actually use
Yeah.
to implement AOD in their organizations?
Well, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of new technologies and innovative ideas, but
Hmm.
without a solid plan,
Yeah.
AOD implementation can quickly become overwhelming and ineffective.
Yeah.
That's where a structured approach comes in. And that's something that haptic R&D consulting really emphasizes.
So it's like building a house.
Yeah.
You don't just start laying bricks.
Exactly.
You need a blueprint first.
You need a clear roadmap that outlines the steps, the goals, and the resources needed to make AOD a reality in your organization.
Okay.
And luckily, Haptic has developed a really comprehensive framework to guide businesses through that entire process.
That sounds incredibly helpful.
It is.
But I'm not going to lie, when I hear framework, my eyes start to glaze over a little bit.
Yeah.
So can you break it down for me and our listener
Sure.
in a way that's actually understandable and applicable?
Absolutely. Think of it as a 3-phase journey.
Okay.
The first phase is all about assessment,
Okay.
taking a deep dive into your organization's current state.
All right.
This involves analyzing your existing processes, identifying areas for improvement,
Yeah.
and really understanding your overall goals and objectives.
Right.
What are you hoping to achieve with AOD?
So it's like taking inventory of your strengths and weaknesses before you embark on like a big home renovation project or something.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
You need to know what you're working with before you can start making changes.
Right.
And within this assessment phase, Haptic uses some really interesting tools like process mapping and value stream analysis to get a really clear picture of how things are currently flowing and where those bottlenecks might be hiding.
Okay, so once you have that clear understanding of your starting point, then what?
Then you move into the second phase,
Okay.
which is all about roadmap development.
All right, roadmap development.
This is where you take all those insights from the assessment phase and start crafting a tailored AOD plan.
Okay.
This roadmap outlines the specific steps and initiatives that will be taken to achieve your desired outcomes, whether that's increased efficiency, reduced costs, improved customer satisfaction, or all of the above.
So this roadmap isn't just like a vague list of goals.
No.
It's a concrete action plan with
You step-
timelines, deliverables, and clear ownership.
Exactly. It's about turning those high-level aspirations into a tangible plan that everyone can rally behind.
Okay.
And what's really important is that this roadmap isn't set in stone.
Right.
It's a living document that needs to be flexible and adaptable as your business evolves and your needs change.
That makes sense because AOD is not a one-time fix.
No, it's not.
It's an ongoing journey of continuous improvement.
Exactly. And that brings us to the third and final phase.
Okay.
Implementation.
Implementation. Yeah.
This is where the rubber meets the road.
Right.
And you actually start putting those plans into action.
Uh-huh.
But it's not just about blindly following a checklist.
Yeah.
Haptic stresses the importance of involving employees at every level of the process.
You know, we've talked a lot about employee engagement already,
We have.
but I'm curious to know, like, how does haptic R&D consulting actually facilitate that engagement
Yeah.
during the implementation phase?
They use a variety of methods, including workshops, training programs, and communication campaigns. The goal is to get everyone on board with the AOD initiative, give them the tools and knowledge they need to succeed,
Right.
and empower them to contribute their ideas and feedback.
So it's not just about, like, top-down directive.
That's not.
It's about fostering a sense of ownership and
Yeah.
shared responsibility.
Exactly. And this is essential for ensuring that AOD initiatives are truly sustainable in the long run.
Gotcha.
When employees feel like they're part of the solution,
Yeah.
they're more likely to embrace change, drive continuous improvement, and champion those initiatives within their teams.
That's huge.
It is.
Okay, so this has been an incredibly insightful deep dive into AOD management and continuous improvement.
It has been.
We've explored its core principles,
Yeah.
delved into the exciting world of AI and its impact on AOD,
Right.
and even touched on the crucial role of sustainability.
Absolutely.
And we've provided some really practical strategies for implementing AOD in a way that's both effective and sustainable.
Yes.
But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something we mentioned earlier, the importance of continuous development
Right.
and staying ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
What parting words of wisdom does Haptic R&D Consulting have for our listener on this front?
Haptic R&D Consulting urges businesses to embrace a mindset of continuous learning and experimentation.
Okay.
The business world is constantly changing, and what works today might be obsolete tomorrow.
For sure.
So it's crucial to foster a culture of curiosity within your organization.
I like that.
Encourage your team to explore new technologies,
Uh,
experiment with different approaches,
Yeah.
and never stop learning.
so it's about being agile, adaptable, and always willing to try new things.
Precisely. It's about being comfortable with uncertainty, embracing failure as a learning opportunity, and always striving to be one step ahead.
That's great advice.
Thank you.
And I think it's a perfect note to end on.
Yeah.
We've covered so much ground today. But at the end of the day, AOD is all about embracing change, driving progress, and never settling for the status quo.
Absolutely.
It's about unlocking the full potential of your business and your people.
And creating a better future for everyone.
Exactly. So, as we conclude this deep dive, I want to leave our listener with a final thought-provoking question.
Okay.
What's one area in your work or life
Yeah.
where you could apply these principles for greater efficiency or effectiveness?
It's a good question.
Because AOD and continuous improvement aren't just for businesses.
Right.
They're applicable to any area where you're striving for excellence.
Exactly.
So take some time to reflect on this question and consider how you can embrace the power of AOD to unlock your full potential.
Yeah. And if you're looking for further guidance or support on your AOD journey, we encourage you to explore the resources available on HAPTIC R&D Consulting's website.
Yeah, they have a ton of great stuff over there.
They do. They have a wealth of information, tools, and case studies to inspire and guide you.
They're a fantastic resource for anyone looking to make AOD a reality in their organization.
Absolutely.
That's all for this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep optimizing.
See you soon.